That really is peak Brick right there.
Sure.
I ask, is everyone ready to do the show? He says, oh yeah, let's go. Yeah, I hit the go button, and then he goes, oh, I gotta go get my water bottle.
And he's gone.
Yeah.
I'm
Welcome,
back in a
everybody.
flash.
We've been doing this for almost 300 episodes now, and that's why I know you guys so well. I feel like it's been a while since we were both, all three of us were on, but life gets hectic every now and then. I know I'm traveling again this week after traveling last week, and yeah, life's a lot. But
are you traveling a lot for work right now?
A little more than I'd like to be, but I'll just be in DC for part of this week, and then hopefully that's it for a little while.
It's going to be tough with the number 2 kid coming.
Exactly.
You have to travel.
I don't really love, as we get closer to my wife's due date, being 2 hours on a plane away. So, but that's the sacrifices you make anyways.
Now you're even. You got to even count from child to parent ratio. Soon enough, they're going to be overrunning your ass.
Dude, I don't want to think about it. Because, so today, well, a few things. Today is my son's 2nd birthday.
So it's today? Shit, happy birthday, Max.
Happy birthday, Max.
If for some reason, Max, you ever hear this, God, I hope you don't. But I love you very much, even though you terrorize me constantly. And also, did you guys know that you can actually get a life-size Buzz Lightyear sex toy?
No.
It's a weird transition.
I didn't think it was going to go that route. Oh my God, that's a giant helium balloon of Buzz Lightyear. That's pretty sweet.
Where do you put your dick?
Yeah, so that was what he woke up to this morning, and he was immediately fucking terrified of it. But it's literally bigger than my wife.
He probably woke up in like the middle of the night where it was just like staring at him with his creepy big eyes, just like, woo.
I would never do that. That's the kind of shit that you don't forget. You forget everything about being 2 except for whatever can scar you, and that would be it. I had it in the living room, and I went and got him out of his room and brought him downstairs. Like, I have to be holding him for him to be able to confront something for the first time. He's obsessed. Nobody cares about my kid, right? Whatever. One last story. He's obsessed with lawnmowers, and he had an opportunity to get on a riding lawnmower and go, and he was so scared that he just couldn't do it. But every time he sees somebody mowing the lawn, moo.
Yeah, mooing.
Yeah. So, yeah. He's great, though, and that was my nice little reflection on 2 years of being a dad.
What's the big present you got him for number 2?
He's gotten quite a few. He got a much larger inflatable pool. He got his first tricycle, which I'm trying to teach him that if you push the pedals and turn, like, you can do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a lot of stuff like that.
Did you get him those Batman monster trucks that I sent you?
I didn't get a chance to. I was going to go to Target because I was going to buy a bunch of Toy Story shit for him anyways, but I didn't get to.
Yeah, see if they're on sale still, if they're available for pickup. They're actually, the quality of them definitely worth $10. I'll say that. Because I was a little skeptical seeing them for $10. I was like, eh.
This has been Dadcast.
Yes. Okay. Move on.
Speaking of dude power, Johnny Depp fucking stuck it to her. If you've been somehow living under a rock, I guess, for the last it's been like 6 weeks, right?
It's a long trial. Yeah.
When's the very first clip that we saw of this? It was way too long ago, that's for damn sure. But he actually won a civil defamation case and is getting $15 million, which is more than twice what he had to pay her when she said she was going to pledge it, not donate it. She had pledged it. She had not donated it.
She said, what, $7 million she was going to pledge to those 2 foundations, mainly children foundations.
Still waiting
charities.
Still waiting on that one, yeah.
That's a bad look. That's
immediately
that's
there
a really
was
bad look.
A GoFundMe started that had topped $1 million that was supposed to be people helping her pay Johnny Depp, which is just,
so my God,
what is wrong with us? Just as a group of people.
Terrible. And she's not going down yet, supposedly. Isn't she, what's the word for it? Your attorney guy, kind of.
Countersuit.
Yeah. Isn't she coming back with something?
I don't know. I think this thing has played out its useful life, and I think we should probably just move on at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks that it pretty much ruined Johnny Depp's career, and now he's going to come back, and people are going to be excited and then probably let down again because we'll probably get a Sweeney Todd or some bullshit movie that isn't very good.
Edward Scissorhands too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I would watch that actually, but and
Sam, what Johnny Depp movie do we want remade? Where do we want Johnny Depp to come back and reprise a role?
I mean, what movie has he done with it? It hasn't been remade. Like 21 Jump Street. Yeah, you can kind of keep going there. Charlie or Willy Wonka. Everything that he's involved in now is a remake or an adaptation of something, and it's usually
Secret Window 2.
Oh God,
his fedora is just even bigger this time.
I find it both hilarious and terrifying, and maybe if we're sitting in the trust tree right now, my biggest fear of all time is like I get, what I think is situated in life, and I'm falsely accused of something, and I just lose everything. That's something that I have like stress dreams over, which is horrifying to think about. But this guy kind of beat it. And now Amber Heard's out here saying like, oh, this is a blow to women everywhere. And people who like you've been exposed. And if anybody believes you anymore, then that's, they're probably the people that deserve to give to that GoFundMe.
My favorite part of the trial, besides the step on the bee incident, a dog stepped on a bee that everyone made a meme of, was at the very end where, I guess you don't have to do this, but basically they just asked the jury if that was their final verdict, like one by one. And the lawyer for Amber Heard was asking every single person in the jury, like, is this your verdict? And they're just like, yes, yes, yes. Like, yeah, she's definitely guilty.
She was a fucking horrible attorney. And like, I've worked in the industry for 10 years now. And apparently this is not her special area. She's a very talented attorney, but this is not what she normally practices, which, wow, how fucking stupid are you? My favorite part of this trial was when she started grilling that TMZ guy who obviously was not going to put up with her shit.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part of the trial, but also the fact that we have a favorite part of any trial is probably pretty sad.
I mean, you can't. It was streaming every single day for the last 4 weeks. Every time I looked at YouTube, the first thing that would pop up for whatever reason was a live video of the court case. Just wouldn't leave.
Didn't they accidentally bring on like the wrong like witness doctor? Like some doctor with the same name, and like this guy was a little bit wacky and a little bit loony and like didn't really go with what they were saying. And
I don't know about the first part of the thing you said, but let me find a GIF of this and share it because holy shit, this guy was terrifying.
So there was like some sort of miscommunication on a witness, or what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, and this was like just a horrible altogether. Oh my god, this is terrifying just to look at. Here, I'm gonna pull this up on the screen. I'm sorry you guys won't be able to see it, but this guy is 100% just yacked out of his gourd.
Worst.
I know you've seen this GIF going around the internet, but he was basically talking about how he's a personality expert, and he has completely examined Johnny Depp and determined his personality traits and flaws based on basically how he acts in movies. He had never actually met Johnny Depp. He was just going to analyze everything.
So all of his characters. Yeah. And how they morphed into Johnny Depp. Okay.
I believe
he kind of looks like the
Morbed.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like the Somebody Feed Phil guy, Phil Rosenberg or Baum or whatever.
Who created
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, he kind of looks like him.
Yeah, Phil Rosenthal. That's funny. But speaking of morbing, we might as well just get this out of the way because meme culture just drives everything now, and it's kind of horrifying. It drives our economy. It drives our justice system, apparently, as we just spent 10 minutes talking about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
They did such a good job in The Boys season 2 exploiting social media and the meme wars and stuff like that. But go ahead.
Well, sometimes companies might look into it a little too more deeply than they should. Sony is definitely guilty of this because they spent the money to put Morbius back into 1,000 theaters this weekend, and the early numbers are atrocious. I saw somebody do the math on Twitter, and it said it pulled in $85,000 in 1,000 theaters, and it was something like less than $85 a theater, which is awful.
That's bad.
I don't feel bad.
That's
for
like
them, though.
4 tickets. That's like 4 tickets, like a place.
Okay,
So
but
one
talk
group.
about like misreading the room. Which part of us making fun of Morbius for 3 months made you think we wanted to go see it again?
Can you
Morbius
explain
is
what
hot
happened?
right
Because
now.
I didn't
It's more
actually
GameStop.
see the meme. Was it like a Reddit thread or something of people joking around and saying that it should come back into theaters?
I mean, it's just memes everywhere of it's Morbin time and Morb this, Morb that. And I literally, it just came out of nowhere. I don't know who started it. Jason in our Discord is at least partially to be held responsible for this. So Sony, if you're looking for somebody, I got his Discord contact info.
Oh my God.
But he was really cranking them out there for a little while. I appreciate that sometimes you can still hoodwink the big company. Hopefully nobody loses their job over this or anything, but
I would love to just imagine that this is one guy who's like, we got to capitalize on it. Think about the GameStop stock. This is our one chance to get our money back for Morbius. Throws more money at it, loses it again. He's like, ah!
I bet Jared Leto was behind this 100%. Like, no, the people really want it now.
I told
Definitely.
you guys.
Did you see that meme I put in the Discord of the
next 50 Morbius movies?
the release list for the next 50 years? Yeah, just number 2 was Morbius 2 Morbius. Just like so fucking stupid. But the list goes, yeah, there's like 70 movies in there.
Oh man,
Great.
What
great
a
stuff.
stupid timeline that we live on. This is the worst multiverse.
Great stuff.
All right, let's do
Maybe-
some trailers.
News to
I don't know.
us.
Or what?
We're hitting a nice little golden era of like TV shows, I will say. Stranger Things, The Boys. Then we got Umbrella Academy coming out, and
I got some.
I'm
thoughts
liking
on
where we're
Stranger
at.
Things. Let's save that for now. I guess Louis C.K. is back. Were you guys aware of that?
he made another stand up after
he made
it,
but he
kind of laid low.
self-distributed it, right? It's so he hasn't been really
Right.
like touched by a movie studio or anything like that since the whole incident. I don't need to recap that. Although I could probably reenact it with this giant Buzz Lightyear. Now
Oh
that
my
I think about
God.
it.
Do it.
Just think about the Deep and Starlight's first interaction.
Oh God, we're gonna have to see that movie soon too. Anyways, this is Joe List, who is another comedian, is a jazz musician, pianist who has real deep issues of drug abuse and alcoholism, and his family sucks. But it's a
Amazing.
comedy, so it's one of those. It kind of feels like an Amy Schumer movie.
Feels like a dark comedy indie movie for that would be like really geared towards people from Maine.
That's not
Seems
a
like a
very
small-
large population. I don't
Exactly,
know
it
how you
seems
make
like-
money doing that.
That's what what was that one show? Castle Rock?
Oh yeah,
Not Castle Rock. Was that the show with like the creepy Bill Skarsgård guy? Was
And
like
it was
in
the
Maine.
Stephen King stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Saw 3 episodes and didn't finish that one.
Right. So is anybody in on this? I mean, I do my best always to separate art from artist. And Louis C.K. has some pretty fucking good jokes, but he's also obviously kind of a dirtbag.
Yeah, I don't think he has a predominant role in this. It doesn't really seem like he's
No.
he's the therapist. I think he did that on purpose. Like if he's going to direct a movie and he knows that the cancel culture is still very strong around his ordeal that happened.
He's directing this movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
I left
he's-
out
Oh.
the notes and would probably have added some context. Sorry, Brick.
I think
Yeah,
he's
no,
just
that
taking
helps.
a back seat though, because he knows that a lot of people are going to be unhappy about seeing him on the screen again.
Yeah.
That's all Louis C.K.'s comedy though. It's very dark and like real. That's
Well,
what
I'm not talking
shows
about the
are
comedy. I'm talking about what he
No,
did
but
and people
exactly,
not being
but that-
happy about it.
yeah, but that's a subject that he knows well. Obviously,
Yeah.
is like the dark side of comedy. It's always been his shtick, throughout his stand-ups and throughout his TV shows previously.
I was trying
we'll
to
see.
see if I recognized any of the other comedians in this. Nick DiPaolo's in there. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Usually you'll get someone in one of these, like, before Bill Burr kind of blew up. You would get a Bill Burr surprise appearance in something like this. I'm thinking like, he was in The King of Staten Island. He was great in that. So maybe you get a surprise performance from somebody like that. But I just thought we maybe would bring this up and see how take the temperature of the room.
Word.
All right. More importantly, Beavis and Butthead are returning. Mark, I can
Oh
feel
my
you
God.
smiling from here. June 23rd on Paramount Plus.
I'm a huge Beavis and Butthead fan. I had the whole the DVD collection that was in the one box set of all 3 seasons. I love Mike Judge. I love King of the Hill. Everything he does for the most part. I think people don't really see the writing as genius, but if you watch Beavis and Butthead, it is genius. He's a very special guy, Mike Judge.
I laughed out loud 3 different times during this trailer alone because it's so stupid. And it's just like, I was like, wow, it's so spot on. It sticks to the homage of Beavis and Butthead, but it's just like, I actually really pumped for this.
This is going to be great. Beavis and Butthead Do America might have been probably a top 3 movie that I've seen most in my lifetime. Every time that movie would play on TBS or whatever, I would watch that thing.
It's a perfect satire to what everything is today, which is literally the movie we're watching right now. Everything, everywhere, all at once. It's just like multiverse of madness. Everything's crazy. Go through time travel.
Quantum this and balls that. Yeah. For those of you who maybe are younger and are not as familiar with Mike Judge's work, I recommend you go back and check out Office Space, Idiocracy. I didn't like Extract as much, that Jason Bateman movie. It was more about like creepy, stalkery, kind of weird shit.
Yeah.
But most of his stuff is, home run. So
next we need a King of the Hill movie, or just bring back King of the Hill.
I would
God
love that.
damn it, Bobby.
I would love that show to come back. I don't know why. I just don't think people would accept it today.
I don't know.
I think people have further lost touch with what is and is not satire.
Yeah.
Would that have been a good pick for our revived cartoons?
I mean, I would have loved it, but I don't know. That doesn't really fit in the same vein. I
think
remember always looking forward to Sunday nights because it was new episodes of King of the Hill, then The Simpsons, and then early Family Guy.
I think Mike Judge fans, it's a special niche, whatever you want to call it. I would never put that in a draft though, because I don't think there's enough King of the Hill fans, but the ones that are out there are diehard.
Diehards. Yes, 100%. All right, last trailer of the week. The Man from Toronto has a very comedic mix-up between Kevin Hart and Woody Harrelson in a Netflix movie. All right, so Netflix backing up the Brinks truck to bring in some talent. So Woody Harrelson is a guy who tortures people for information, and Kevin Hart shows up at the wrong place at the wrong time, thinking it's an Airbnb, and hilarity ensues. Brick, you just finished this trailer. It's top of mind. What'd you think?
I wasn't sure. I thought this would be another just kind of Kevin Hart throwaway movie, just kind of making contact. But I don't know. Woody Harrelson playing a crazy person is always fun. I loved him in the zombie movie that he was in. What was that zombie movie that called?
Zombieland.
Zombieland, duh, obviously. But at the very end of the clip, it kind of all comes together, and it does feel like original. Like it's going to be some fun mix-ups. Honestly, perfect for Netflix.
I got the same vibes, Mark.
Nothing better than Kevin Hart just being, from an acting perspective, him when he's just in a uncomfortable situation,
fish out of water,
kind of freaking out. I think this is the chemistry we didn't think we wanted, but that we need. I think him and Woody Harrelson are going to do great in this, and we get Kaley Cuoco as well, so that's going to be nice.
Woody Harrelson, I will watch anything that Woody Harrelson does. The man is hilarious and intense at the same time, and I mean, season 1 of True Detective is still some of the best television I think I've ever seen, and it's due to him and Matthew McConaughey.
Electric.
Yeah. All right, boys, let's move on to our recommendations.
Here's some money. Go see a Star Wars.
See that Star Wars. Brick, what you been doing?
Well, Post Malone just came out with a new album, and I have been listening to that. It's kind of a every song
I
I've
heard there's a
listened
few
to.
good songs.
Yeah, I'm a big Posty fan, so go listen to it. That's all I got to say for that one.
Great. I just remembered that I meant to download God of War on PS4 because it hit PS Plus for free this month in June. It's one of the free games with your subscription. So I never got a chance to play it, and that's exactly what I'm going to go do.
I wonder if that game holds up. Like,
I
so is it the newer one, or are you playing like God of War 1?
It
Like,
was the 2018 Game of the Year version.
Okay, so you're playing the newer one.
Yeah, I've never played any God of War game. So
yeah, start with the newest one. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I would say.
I'm not gonna go back and replay fucking 20 games or whatever for. Wasn't that one of their original flagship titles?
Yeah, it was the greatest hit. All that good stuff.
That's ridiculous. Asriel's in the chat mentioning Diablo Immortal. So I know very little about this except for the fact that apparently to max level in that game, you could pay $110,000 in purchases.
Jeez.
Which is kind of fucking insane.
Asriel says it dropped on the 3rd, so 2 days ago.
Friday. Okay.
I know, dude. I just looked up God of War, and just like the first thing that came up was hilarious God of War mod now features Simpsons characters. I just see a giant Ned Flanders fighting a giant Homer Simpson. It looks glorious quietly.
Well,
no, you are Homer Simpson, and you fight a giant Flanders. Amazing. And then Bart's the little. Oh, you'll love it if you get that mod going.
The boy.
Yeah, Bart's
I
the
don't
boy.
know. I didn't play the game, but I know the memes. Obviously.
Perfect.
Do we want to take a second to talk about Stranger Things?
I've only seen.
Do we not want to? Why don't we? What are we doing next week?
Jurassic
Do we not want to
Park.
save? Okay.
Jurassic Park. We'll talk about Stranger Things and The Boys next week.
Okay. Mark, what are you doing?
I actually am one episode away from finishing the first season of Our Flag Means Death. I know we've talked about the show a few times. I just want to shout it out because I believe it's getting a season 2. It was confirmed.
Yes.
It was.
I think so. It's a great show. Taika Waititi. Go check it out.
The other thing that got picked up for season 2 is Winning Time. So
yes.
We get more of the
Lakers.
MK, Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird hillbilly shit. I listened to an interview with a guy who played Larry Bird, and he literally just talked about like what a I almost said scumbag, but not really. Just kind of like white trash guy that he is. Like, you can be white trash and not a scumbag. I don't know that he's a scumbag, but he's definitely white trash.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Where did he grow up?
Indiana.
Mm.
Yeah, makes sense, huh?
No comment. I need to watch that show. That show looks great.
You haven't seen it? It's a real.
No.
I loved it. I've seen it twice. I'm pretty sure.
So I had to go to a wedding recently, and of course, beer gets involved, and some of Erica's younger cousins, younger meaning like mid-20s, are, doing the whole unbuttoning your shirt down low, and I'm just thinking like Jerry Buss, John C. Reilly ruined that for everybody in Winning Time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't touch that now. And eventually, it just got to the point where I was all the way unbuttoned, and I was threatening to unbutton my pants if they didn't knock it off.
Were you down to the last button, or were you fully unbuttoned?
Oh, I was unbuttoned. I was
the button that nobody buttons up by the crotch? Did you have that one buttoned?
I always button that button.
Really?
Yeah. Otherwise, your shirt comes untucked, you psycho.
Okay.
Fuck. Oh, Brick, you talking about that mod reminded me actually that I got my emulator up and running again just so I could go play Simpsons Hit and Run.
Oh, amazing. How is the hit and run?
It's as great as I remembered, and Erica came down and was watching me because I was all excited. I went up and I got her. I was like, oh my God, I got this game up and running. And she comes down and she sees me just like blast through the first like 2 fetch quests. And she's like, you fucking dork.
Yep.
still remember where
Yeah.
everything is in this. I was like, yep, and there's where the secret. Yep, okay.
You literally can map out, like if you were to, you're like one of those people who can just like map out the entire world. If they like take one plane ride, you can do that with like The Simpsons Springfield.
I bet you I could draw from memory the courtroom that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard have been in for the last 6 weeks.
It's true.
I could draw the people sitting in the right seats and his weird lawyer. His lawyer looked exactly like the nerdy guy from Parks and Rec when Adam Scott goes to work at the accounting firm. That is the same fucking dude. Anyways. Oh, we need to catch up on our draft.
All right, let's do it. Oh, do I even have my fucking phone? Whatever. You got to pull up that Instagram photo with
I
all
will do
the
that.
wins.
So, Brick, why don't you just kind of tease your idea here?
Well, not quite sure. So we're tied at the moment. All of us have 4 first to 5 wins,
Real convenient, right, Brick?
and we have close finishes. Could be we have Jurassic Park next week for the movie. So we're thinking about trying to do a dinosaur or park related, but also we could do close finishes or like best finale, best sports finishes. What do we want to? Do you want to brainstorm a little session here and maybe put it up to the people?
So
We might want to hold off for like a couple of days, though. I'm in the process of emailing Twitter support because I've made the case that they should provide me with the actual users that voted for you, just to double check, and just make sure it's
it always
legitimate.
comes back to this, doesn't it?
Hilarious, yeah. You guys can't take a loss, huh?
You haven't.
We didn't lose yet.
Yeah. We'll just ignore that. So I'm gonna put the scores up on the screen here. And it is 4-4. This is obviously before the results of our last draft, which
the worst person in the world.
I'm already
Huge,
forgetting what the
dang
topic
terrible,
even
but
was,
thank
so it
you.
obviously was great.
Cartoon revivals.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I'm not sure how big you can see this, but I mean it is kind of wild that it has been this close. And I do notice that our actual votes on the Twitter polls has steadily grown. So people are actually following this a little bit for some dumbass reason. But I think that do either of you have one that you're like, I absolutely should have fucking won that draft, because I feel 100% that I won time travel movies, and I think it's bullshit that
No,
that Mark
yours
got that
was
one.
terrible. Yours was probably the worst.
Back to the Future, one of the greatest movie trilogies of all time. We're not going to rehash this. Do you guys have a favorite or anything like that?
Favorite draft we've done? I don't have all in front of me, unfortunately. I can't see the list. I'm not
Okay.
on Twitter.
Well, that's helpful.
Oh,
Fictional cities.
I'm curious to see. Hold on, animal sidekicks.
Oh,
Go ahead.
all of a sudden
Go
we
ahead,
got a
Sorry to cut you
recount
off.
here.
Yeah, we're not going through all this. What we were originally going to do was discuss maybe some of our possible topics for next week's draft, which obviously is sudden death. Throw out the regular season record at this point. It's a fucking slugfest, one round, winner take all. Brick mentioned we have best finishes, maybe best endings in movies. I thought for a second maybe 90s blockbusters would be a good draft topic, since Jurassic Park obviously fit that mold.
Worst
And
ideas for a theme park?
that is oddly specific, and I can't imagine getting past like 3 of them.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Dinosaurs. Yeah. So what we want is for people to either hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, or call or text us. So at the Chumpcast or at 847-920-6107. I'd like to make this a big one. Or we could always just hold it off for episode 300 and phone Brick in. That's probably a good reminder. We should throw that out there since we're getting closer. We're only a month away from Fan Expo Chicago. I almost said Wizard World, and then I didn't. But that is what we are planning to do for our 300th episode. Not 400 yet. So get your tickets now. We'll be there Saturday at least, and hope to see you there.
We could do like clutch characters.
Clutch characters. How about just we don't have to call it the Deus Ex Machina, but like the savior, the thing at the end of the movie. I was watching Toy Story 3 for the billionth time this morning, and the Deus Ex Machina in that is the little aliens who go to the claw and pull them out of the fire at the last second.
Yeah.
So that is what I mean when I say that, but maybe that's too.
Every
involved.
movie has that.
Exactly.
Every movie has that,
Right.
pretty much.
Yeah, it's a literal plot necessity.
Yeah.
If there's conflict, something needs to resolve. But yeah.
So if we delay it a week, then I think we would be able to like figure something that out, and that'd be a good draft. But we'll play it by ear. We'll talk.
Hold on. No, what's a good Deus Ex Machina is Steve Buscemi in Billy Madison. Yeah, when he's just like with a sniper. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a really good example of the Deus Ex
Yeah.
Machina.
That's a great one.
A true good one though is one that comes out of nowhere that has never even been mentioned in the movie. So if you don't have the Steve Buscemi lipstick scene where Adam Sandler calls to apologize, then you don't get your Deus Ex Machina. So that one it actually makes sense. I like them better when they just completely come out of left field,
out of nowhere. Yeah.
So
that's probably the topic, the Deus Ex Machina, like of the Deus Ex Machina draft.
So there's something fitting about it. Like one of us will have their day saved at the last moment.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be too poetic there.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I like it. Let's build it up.
All right. Here for
The
the
draft-
build up then.
Yep. Draft of the season. Here we go. This is for all the marbles. We should also clarify what the stakes are also, because at this point, we didn't really clarify, but we'll talk about it off air, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to argue about that again.
Exactly.
All right. Let's move on. I'm gonna let the front roll. All right. So it's a great TV week, but a very slow movie week. And Brick, I got to give you some credit for throwing this out there. It was on my list, but I bumped it up to the top after you ranted and raved over Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I will say that is the one time I'm going to mention the name of the movie, and I'm not going to say it again because I will absolutely fuck it up.
EEAAO. That's easier. Prowl.
Yeah. That's probably what a few of the scenes in the movie made me say is what the fuck. But this is, an incredible movie. To be frank, at the end was ugly crying because it was very heartfelt. And we'll get through some of the basics here, but then I want to hear you gush about it, Brick. I'll give you the stage. Currently at 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, 89% from fans. I get it. This is not everybody's cup of tea. I will say that out front, but this is directed by Dan Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, co-produced by the Russo brothers, who have been involved in all the Avengers flicks and all that stuff. So there was some star power here, which is kind of interesting. A lot of people will probably recognize Michelle Yeoh, who is the main character in this movie, probably most famously Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. But other than that, there's not a lot of star power here. Jenny Slate has a minor role, and
Jamie Lee
Curtis plays a pretty major part. But this completely hit me out of left field. So, Brick, I'm going to completely just throw this at you and let you try and fucking explain it because I can't.
It was fun. It was like fun and original is what I want to say about it. And it's got like a very cool, uplifting tale that like kind of brings everything together. The way that they kind of explain it more or less is like, it's like Inception, but instead of going into dreams, you're going into other realities and you just have like kickbacks. But it's not exactly a kickback. It's like if you do a weird action and then you like click the little device in your ear, whoever's like normally does that action in a weird alternate universe, you can just like pick up their skills and it's your version of you. Does that make any sense?
Fuck no, it doesn't, but I get it.
You get it.
It's a story about multiverse jumping and like pulling information from different. It's kind of like that scene in The Matrix where you download kung fu into your brain, except you're pulling it from another multiversal version of you.
Exactly. And they had some hilarious just hijinks and battles, and the choreography was great with all the different weapons, and it's just like so interesting. And from that point of view, and it's just a great story that, yeah, it's like you're going to get, there's like a good moment in there where you're just like, wow, this really comes together very nicely.
Yeah, I thought one of the most clever parts of this movie is definitely the key to multiverse jumping, which is just doing a really weird and bizarre action. Like there's scenes where somebody would just eat a fly that landed on their shoulder, or do some inappropriate shit that you would never do in a really intense situation. But that is the key. That's what activates you to be able to like transfer into a different
jump dimension. Exactly.
Yeah. So
But
it's very clever.
I think it's cool how you like kind of you can still be in each universe for a while, and you like can hear other people like all at once. They just really did a good job. Everything everywhere all at once. They explain it way better than we do, but it's like fun in the like the mystery and like what the hell's gonna happen next. You never know.
Just think of it as a bagel.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah. No, they do an excellent job of representing how everything really in the grand scheme of thing means nothing, except for that is closest to you. And there's an absolutely beautiful scene at the very end.
Waymond.
Oh no, I don't want to fucking ruin this though. Let's just say that someone kind of sees the light and decides to fight with love instead of with hate, and they do it in such a way that is so comforting for some reason, and it was just it made you want to be nicer, I guess.
So I'm only an hour and a half in. That's why Smithers is not spoiling it. My prediction, though, and I think it's pretty evident that the main character, what's her name from Crouching Tiger?
Michelle Yeoh.
Evelyn. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
So it seems like she thinks that she's obviously upset with the life choices she's made to get to the point where she is, but it also seems like she kind of blames it on other people as well. And thinks like, oh, if I maybe went this route, my life could have been so much better. I think this is all like a figment of her imagination to some extent. And I think at the end, she's going to realize like, this is actually where I need to be in life. And this, I should actually be happy with the life I have and be appreciative of the people around me, which it's evident in the beginning. That's not the case at all. So I feel like that's where this is going. I don't know if what's happening is real at all, or if it's all just, I don't know if she was in a coma or knocked out or something. I'm not sure.
I'm actually glad that you didn't
there's
finish
definitely
this, because it's interesting to see what someone who hasn't gotten to even the fucking most insane parts of this movie yet thinks about it, because it will only get crazier from here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm all for this movie though. The action, the fight scenes, you have the classic kung fu scenes. Waymond, I had to look this up. He just reminds me of a young Jackie Chan. I think his facial features look very identical to how Jackie Chan looked when he was doing Rumble in the Bronx and all that good stuff.
It's the smile.
It's his smile. It's something about him. Yeah. He's great in this. I want to give a shout out to the director as well, Daniel Kwan, because this is a big vision to have, and to be able to direct this movie and have this vision, you have to give props where props is due. And I think this is a large feat to make a movie and actually make it make sense. And it does make sense, even for a guy like me watching it.
It's no Tenet.
Yeah. No Tenet.
Well, we do have to reset the clock on the last time that A24 made a good movie, because this is an A24 movie. This has officially become their highest grossing film, topping Uncut Gems. So yeah, this is their highest grossing domestic film, and it absolutely deserves to be. If you have not caught this yet, you absolutely should. It is worth your time. And bring some tissues. Mark, I hope you cry like a baby.
Good.
Do you ever just have one of those days where you know you shouldn't watch a movie that makes you feel things, but you have to do it anyways?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Great. We won't leave you hanging there, Smithers.
I appreciate it.
On your vulnerability branch. Yeah.
God.
You ever just want to cry and just want to cry?
Smithers, just let it out, dude.
I am not embarrassed to say that I cried like a baby at the end of this movie. I have zero issue saying that.
Good.
I'm
Don't
a
need that
man. I'm
masculine
40
toxicity out of here.
in my city.
I'll always remember when Nolan was born. That was the week of Onward, the Pixar movie, or is it Pixar or DreamWorks?
Yeah,
Pixar,
it was
right?
Pixar.
Whatever. I was at the hospital downtown, and there was an AMC, and I walked over because he was in the NICU at the time. He was born early. I walked over because I had some time to spare, and I went to see that movie. And just the ending with like the dad not being there, I just started crying. I was like, no.
I was like, man, just have no
and
idea.
like,
That's-
stupid.
I used to be the
Yes.
exact same fucking way, and then I had a kid, and I
have a dog.
can't explain it. I used to be rational too. Not anymore.
He used to be rational. That's a good way to put it.
Dude, I read that
Just
fucking
dealing with
story
irrational people.
of the mother in Uvalde who ran into the school to go get her 2 kids because the cops wouldn't let anyone in and they weren't doing anything. So this woman just snuck around them and broke into the school and saved her 2 kids. And I was just like,
Best
well,
woman alive.
yeah, I guess that's probably what I would have tried to do. I think. I don't know. That's just horrifying.
I would never want to think about a situation like that, but that's the reality we live in, unfortunately.
Just never going to let my kid leave my house.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Homeschooling
you're
seems
homeschooled
very
now.
appealing now. Seems
Being
very
a
appealing.
teacher, Buzz Lightyear.
Back then, homeschooling was like, oh, dude, you're gonna raise your kid weird like that. Now it's like, dude, I'm very much considering it.
Now I just want my kid to live. Me and my substitute teacher here, Buzz Lightyear.
Okay. Good guy. Anything else on this movie? I'm loving it so far.
See ya.
Shout out McDonald's.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
almost like want you to roll a joint and like come over after just so we can be like, what?
Yeah.
But
Just watch me cry.
you'll know what I mean when I say this. But are you to the butt plug scene yet?
I am
Yes.
at the butt plug scene. Just got done with it. Yeah.
I knew you'd love that part. I stopped the movie, or I like literally put in the chat. It was like, Smithers are gonna love this movie.
The hot dog fingers and the
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
and the way that the writers were able to work in the fact that like hot dog fingers are a flaw in your universe, but that makes them very dexterous with their feet, and that comes in handy. And oh man, it's
No pun intended.
it's
It's great.
It comes in featsy, yeah. Just an incredible film, very well done. I can't say enough about it. It was beautiful.
This will win awards. This will win a bunch of awards, I feel.
I hope so. It deserves them. But
It'll at least be nominated.
yeah. I think that's probably all on this. We're kind of
So-
running a little bit short this week, so if you got anything else you want to talk about, we can certainly do it here. And the first thing I'll mention is Jurassic World Dominion, which is next week's movie. And I gotta say, I'm really not fucking excited about this.
Is next week Father's Day? We could do something with dads.
2 weeks is Father's Day.
2 weeks. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smithers, this is how I'm gonna walk into the theater for Jurassic Park.
He's gonna do a weird raptor walk. Yeah, I'm just gonna kick you in the ass.
No, that's just Chris. That's just Chris Pratt in every scene. Just like, no, calm down.
Trying to speak to the animals.
If I
Yeah.
stare at
Connection
this
with Blue.
Velociraptor hard
Just
enough,
like,
it
just
won't
move
tear
slow.
my spine out.
I'm their trainer.
encroach on it, but just be very still and very slow while you do it with the hands up.
Like I know
like
when
dogs.
I get to the theater and I see dinosaurs on the big screen, I'm gonna be like, "Fuck yeah!" But for right now, and especially after the last one, dude, that movie was straight up bad. It wasn't.
I was out that week.
well-made. Ugh,
I didn't see
it was just awful. Are you gonna watch it before you see this?
No, why? No way. Do I need to?
I just kind of figured you would want to. I don't know.
I know the dinosaurs are out of the park. They're in like the house, and you got kids screaming and just like burning the whole family up.
You know what? It was so forgettable that it's probably just about like I haven't seen it either. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well,
We
I'm
got a
gonna talk
couple of
about
good movies coming up though. Jurassic World Dominion. Then we got Lightyear,
Lightyear.
and we got Elvis. Then we have Shotgun Wedding. Not quite sure what that is.
I
Then
do
we
not
got
want to see that Elvis movie.
Thor. Nope. Black Adam. There's some nice little stretch going on here. Summer blockbusters. Gotta love it.
So I believe that our 300th episode will be Thor. And
Wow.
I'm sorry, Brick, you won't be able to be on that one.
Yeah.
Why don't you just fly in?
Live in Chicago? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're absolutely welcome to.
What weekend is it?
July.
Oop, nope, not in July.
Okay.
Nope, can't do it. Nope.
Yeah.
January. Nope. Nah. All right. Well, that sucks. Maybe is Billy still in town? Maybe I'll just call him and have him pretend to be you.
They can show up.
There we go.
I can do a call in maybe.
Just get an earpiece.
Yeah. Make sure you get your tickets for Fan Expo. We will be there July 9th doing our show that afternoon. We expect that to be our 300th episode. And until then, you can find us on social media platforms at the Chumpcast. You can also call or text us at 847-920-6107. Say goodbye, boys.
Hold on, last thing. So, Smithers, you mentioned maybe calling in for the draft idea, but I think we've already settled that. We have our draft. For any listeners that want to call in, we actually need a show title for our Thor episode. So if you have a little clever Thor episode to incorporate, call in, let us know what it is, and maybe we'll feature it as the episode name for our live episd at Chicago or Expo, whatever it's called.
It's got to be something with like
Nice
cheap,
promo.
right?
Whatever.
At Chicago Con thing, whatever. Fuck it.
It's Chicago. It's Chicago.
The Expo
I'll see you
thing.
in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, find me in Chicago. We'll do a thing. See you later.
Fan Expo, Rosemont, July 9th. We'll see you all.
God damn it.
And until
All right.
next time.
Chumps out, motherfucker.
Ciao. Bella.